It is an exhilarating weekend of sporting action, looking back at the week that was, but also throwing forward to another exciting weekend. Of course, I'm not flying solo. Joining me is our resident analyst, Oscar Sandawana Nzinzi, in Doteli Papeli Yellow. My name is Neto, N-E-T-O, Chemani, Osiati, Konyangazi, Mumkadra, Patlebunjani, Moyani, Voko Dendele. Let's now welcome to Netosportsglobal review and preview show, Oscar Sandawana Nzinzi. Oskido, a very good evening and a warm welcome to #NSG.
Yeah, happy Friday, Mr. Neto. Black Friday for majority of South Africans. People are going crazy with sales out there. But we continue on this journey of reviewing and looking at some of the sporting codes for the upcoming weekend.
I wonder, what does Black Friday mean in the world of sports when a team needs points badly, like Wolves in the Premier League? Can they negotiate a Black Friday situation where they could be given a taste of victory because it's been tough for them?
Yeah, no, it's bad, man. It's just getting worse and worse every weekend. I don't think Black Friday is celebrated in UK. Yes, maybe if it was the US, yeah, maybe there would have been negotiations, maybe just for a true pass for Wolves to get something from these matches.
And when we look at match day 12, it was an exciting weekend where Arsenal thrashed Tottenham Hotspur by 4-1. And we've witnessed Manchester City losing their match, but also Man United also going down against Everton by 1-0, a match that produced a red card. Chelsea also took full advantage, winning their match by 2-0. But it's just exciting how Arsenal managed to triumph. Liverpool went down to Nottingham Forest, the tricky trees. That was a story of the week for me. Your thoughts on how things have turned out in match day 12 in the Premier League?
Well, at the top, the Gunners playing their North London derby with Tottenham Hotspurs. You know, they continue to show on how serious they are in wanting to win the English Premier League that they haven't won for over 20 years now. And looking at Man U losing at home against their former boss, David Moyes, and the Greek owner going to Liverpool, thumping Liverpool. I don't know what is happening with Liverpool. Is it the players not wanting to play for the coach anymore, or the coach who was applying Klopp's tactics last season and this season he wants to do his own thing? That is clearly not working. Pep Guardiola maybe blending in the new players with the old ones. Maybe it's not working. But we also have to give credit to all these other teams that are playing, these big teams. Your Newcastle, your Everton, your Nottingham Forest, and Arsenal. They mean business. But obviously, it's going to be tight this December. We know how it is in the English Premier League during the December period. It's a lot of games, and it's going to test whether Arsenal really want this league or not.
What happens in the beautiful game of football? You've touched on Liverpool. I mean, they are the defending champions, but the performance they're displaying as it stands does not suggest that they will be able to defend their title properly. What could be the cause? Is it complacency? Is it a scenario where you think we've won it, therefore we've arrived? Or is it a scenario where everyone that plays against you targets you because they know you're the champion and they don't need motivation? It comes extra without the coaches having to pump it.
It's a combination of many factors, and one of them being the coach not having the heart to say, I'm going to bench the star players. Van Dijk is not performing, bench him. Mohamed Salah, the highest earner at Liverpool, is not performing, bench him. But he doesn't have the heart to bench those players. And it is these very players that are causing him heartache and headaches. So it's a number of factors. You look at the system he adopted when he took over from Jurgen Klopp last season, you know, playing the 4-3-3, having fullbacks going up, bombing up and down. This season, it's something new. Clearly, it's something that is coming from him. That thing is not working. So it can't just be just one factor. And obviously, the one you're mentioning, that every team that plays a Liverpool, they see a prey that can be eaten at any time. And because of how weak they've shown themselves to be over the past weeks. So it's a number of factors, but where things are at this point in time, maybe the management of Liverpool should act and just. I mean, yesterday they were hammered by a PSV. A PSV that's not from a top five European league. A PSV from Holland at home, at home. So the management probably should stand and say, no, we've had enough of this embarrassment. Maybe the coach should walk.
What do Chelsea players have for breakfast before the kickoff time? Because they are a fresh side. The Blues are painting town in blue. We see them winning matches. The last time I checked the log, they were sitting on the second position behind Arsenal, although there's a gap between number one and number two. But it's a different Chelsea. It's a Chelsea that is likely to contend for the title if Arsenal slips.
The coming weekend paints for an exciting one, Mr. Neto. Arsenal playing Chelsea. They are coming from big wins, big wins. Arsenal defeating Bayern Munich, a club that was said to be the favorites to win this UEFA Champions League. Chelsea on the other side beating Barcelona when no one gave them a chance. So Arsenal playing Chelsea this coming weekend is going to be a cracker of a game. You know what? There's some inconsistencies with the boys from Stamford Bridge. 2 weeks they'll be high on something we don't know. Then the following week they go and draw a match with the Brentford. While there's been some consistency with the boys of North London, that is Arsenal. So the coming weekend or coming match between the two is going to be a crack of a game.
Your prediction on that one?
Well, I'm hoping a Chelsea playing at home will at least reduce the velocity that Arsenal they are moving at. Because if a Chelsea allows Arsenal to get maximum points at Stamford Bridge, it would mean that these guys are 9 points ahead of the chasers, and that will not be good for anyone. So a Chelsea win would be good for everyone that is hoping to win the league this season.
Before we move on from this Premier League situation, Arsenal, it's not the first time we see them promising that they want to lift the title, but they've got a tendency of choking when it matters the most. Is this a different season where they could just surprise many football fans across the world and lift the Premier League finally?
I will not be jealous since I don't even support them. I support the opposition. They look promising, but the litmus test is always in December because of the number of games that are played in the English Premier League. And obviously, we've seen, I think this morning or yesterday, that Trossard might be out for about four weeks or 5 weeks. So those are some of the tests you will experience to check if the team is really ready to go all the way. So maybe in January it will be clear whether Arsenal are still chokers or Arsenal are ready to leave the English Premier League.
Exciting indeed. From the Premier League to the CAF Champions League, Mamelodi Sundowns up against MC Alger. Rulani Mokoena welcoming his former players to North Africa in Algeria. That match is happening any moment from now on if it hasn't kicked off already.
Exciting game. I mean, the game was sold out last week. Within an hour or 2 hours, it was sold out. Clearly, Ron Mokoena has brought something in Algeria in this MC Alger, and obviously they didn't start on a good foot. They lost their first game against Al Hilal, so they want to collect maximum points against Mamelodi Sundowns. Mamelodi Sundowns, Cardoso, he wins, fans are still not happy. He loses, they still want him to get out of the club. So it will be interesting how he approaches this one, because a lot of coaches, they respect Rulani Mokoena, because Rulani Mokwena's team will always want to keep possession and we will see whether Cardoso will approach this one.
Score prediction?
Let's say 1-1.
1-1.
Yes, sir.
Exciting indeed. There's also action in the CAF Confederation Cup. Kaizer Chiefs welcoming Zamalek. It's going to be an exciting one. These two teams have played against each other before, and you could say equal strength, but I mean, that was a long time ago when they last played each other. So it's fresh legs, different players, but it's still versus Zamalek.
Kaizer Chiefs must not disappoint their followers. I think they've taken this game to new Peter Mokaba Stadium in Polokwane, and the game is going to be chock-a-block. Definitely, Zamalek, one of the big teams in Africa, but Chiefs not starting in this group in a good way, losing against some part-time footballers. So they need to win this one against them as Zamalek, because losing a game at home is never good in group stages.
What did they do wrong against Al Masri? Could it be that they played away because they played good football, but every mistake in football comes with a very heavy price?
Some schoolboy clownish mistakes by an Angolan international. I mean, those are some mistakes that can be avoided. It will be interesting if the technical team will continue trusting that centre back pairing, because now they're not playing in a Masri, they're playing a Zamalek that have got some very very quick, smart forward line. So it will be interesting who they'll pick up as back four, because even if you go to the bench, your McCarthy's are still inexperienced, but Kaizer Chiefs have got enough in them to win this game with a 1-0 or 2-0.
It was a good start for Stellenbosch, the boys of Steve Barker, beating AS Otoho from Congo Brazzaville by a narrow 1-0 in their own backyard. I thought they were going to try and score more goals, but a win is a win at the end of the day. It could have been worse. They are now taking Singida Black Stars from Tanzania, and they're playing away. Will they prevail away from home?
They should prevail away from home, Mr. Neto. They are going, I think their home games of this Singida Black Stars are played in Zanzibar. So it's a holiday slash big game for Estelis. I'm excited about this team from Tanzania, because they compete they call it the top four in Tanzania. It's Azam, it's Yanga, it's Simba, and then it's them. So they want to make it tough for Stellies, but Stellies have got enough in them to at least bring maximum points. But I will not be shocked if this game ends in a 2-2 draw.
And what will your prediction be for Chiefs Zamalek?
Chiefs Zamalek, Kaizer Chiefs, please do South Africans proud and your people proud. 1-0 to Kaizer Chiefs.
Plus, they've got fans everywhere they play in the country. So taking the game to the new Peter Mokaba Stadium is not a bad move at all. All the Amakose faithfuls based in Limpopo will come in their numbers.
It's going to be full. It is going to be chock-a-block at Peter Mokaba Stadium, and hopefully the technical team, they've done enough to prepare the boys for this big match.
Banyana, the girls of Desiree Ellis are gearing up for an international friendly against the Atlas Lionesses of Morocco, playing away from home in North Africa. What are your thoughts on that one? Remember, this is the same Atlas Lionesses that Banyana defeated in 2022 to lift the Women's Africa Cup of Nations in 2022, 3 years ago. And in the previous edition of WAFCON, Banyana wasn't the best Banyana that we all expected, but it's always because some experienced players, the legs get tired, the likes of Nukumato taking a shot left, hanging up her boots, opening up opportunities for young upcoming sensations. But that consistency then dies a natural death, because then you still need time with the team for chemistry, for the team to get used to playing each other and all of that. What are your thoughts on that one?
Well, it's a big game. This is the top three women's CAF ranking nations. It's Nigeria, South Africa, and Morocco. Moroccan football, clearly they are doing some good things up there because we talk about their under 20s, their under 17s, their national team, women's football, as you just said now, they reached the finals in 2022. They lost to Nigeria in the previous one, in the finals. And this is another team that at least above Banyana can actually measure themselves as to where they are with the progress. Because the problem with the Banyana has been, phasing out, the older generation players and bringing in the new ones. I'm not really sure if giving Desiree a new contract to continue Banyana was a great one, considering that the last WAFCON was really bad. I actually thought they were going to give maybe Simpiwe or someone new, so that maybe some freshness can come upon Banyana. But let's wait and see how this friendly will pan out, because I can tell you this: the Moroccans, they are improving every match, every season, and this game won't be different.
This Monday, the 1st of December, the very first day of Visit 8, marks 20 days to go to the Africa Cup of Nations slated for Morocco from the 21st of December, heading into January the 18th as the day of the final. What does 20 days to go mean to you?
20 days to AFCON, exciting. And the previous edition of AFCON was just incredible. From the admin side, marketing side, as we heard from Dr. Motsepe, there were profits galore. It also paints a beautiful picture of the coming one, that we've seen new sponsors coming in for the AFCON. The previous one in Cote d'Ivoire was highly competitive. Refereeing was top tier. Everyone was raving about how our referees' interpretation of VAR, and we can only improve from that. And what we've seen in the stadiums, the technology from Morocco as host, just gives us this hope that African football is going to the next level. I'm excited, man. I'm really excited.
From the beautiful game of football to the beautiful game of rugby, the Boks, by the way, they are doing things. It doesn't look like anyone can stop them. You bring in France, they thrash them in their own backyard. You bring in whoever you want to bring. They are just going through the most. And now you bring in Ireland, it's still the same. You bring in Wales, which is their next match. I don't see Wales stopping the Boks of Rati Rasmus. Something special about the Boks.
We went to Europe. We started with the Japanese. We had sushi. We went to the pasta guys. We chowed them. We went to Paris with croissant. We didn't see them. And last week we went to Irish to get some Guinness, stout beer, and we trashed them after 13 years of not winning up there. Tomorrow it's Wales. We can't be overconfident. We can't be complacent. We need to respect the opponents. Yes, they're struggling. I think now they're even out of the top 10, if I'm not mistaken, of rugby rankings. So Welsh rugby has been struggling, but they're also trying to really fix their things so that they can come back to the Welsh we know. I mean, these are the same guys we played against in the 2019 semi-finals in Japan. But come tomorrow, Erasmus is not one coach that undermines or approaches a game being overconfident. I mean, if you look at the 23-man squad for tomorrow, I mean, it's going to be a cracker of a game. We're going to see some crunching tackles. It's going to be physical. I mean, we've gone with a 7-1 bench. I mean, Rassi plays no games. I think he also wants to finish this 2025 on a high. We're number one in the world, back-to-back world champions. Sia has made it clear that tomorrow's game won't be taken lightly. They want to win that game and they want to end this year on a high.
Are we likely to see what we are seeing in rugby, for an example, the Boks have been so consistent, back-to-back World Rugby champions, four-time World Rugby champions. But just looking at the back-to-back scenario from 2019 to 2023, now heading to 2027, although we haven't gotten there, but as things stand, it doesn't look like the legs will fall off anytime soon. But we hardly see that when it comes to the beautiful game of football. You see, we were talking about Liverpool, who have won the league but are struggling to defend it. You've had Manchester City dominating in the Premier League, but then Liverpool came and overtaken them and took the recent league. So you're not seeing that consistency in football, or is it just me, or you just can't compare the two sports?
Football is highly competitive, and if a nation or a football club does not win a highly pursued title, be rest assured, come the window period, they're going to strengthen. They're going to get the necessary players or technical team members to improve for the upcoming one, and that's what you see a lot of in football. Hence, even if you look at European football or UEFA Champions League, it's easy. It's difficult to do a back to back. I'm not saying it has not been done. Real Madrid did it some years ago, but if you've won it this season, PSG won it last season. But things are not going to be easy for them to defend their title this season because all these other teams, your Bayern Munich, your Arsenal, they also want this to win this Champions League. So it's not that easy in football terms because other teams really improve. With rugby or Springboks, it's just that we've got a hell a lot of good players. I mean, our under 20s won their world championship, and Grassi has been trying to blend in some of these youngsters into the senior team. And so it's just that our national team or rugby national team is that good.
What will summer be without the exciting and incredible game of cricket? The Women Proteas welcome Ireland in the inbound tour, kicking off on Friday, the 5th of December, and it will play again. The second T20 will be on a Sunday with the third and final T20 International on a Wednesday in that sequence. What can we expect from the world of cricket?
Well, we don't know much about Ireland in cricket. I mean, they're not even in the World Cup we had just now in India. But when it comes to these T20s, hey, it's a game of shockers. I mean, even in Afghanistan, you can just come in and shock the Proteas. So obviously, the Proteas they should approach all these T20 games respecting their opponents, use it as a preparation when they play, top nations in women's cricket.
And it also prepares them for the upcoming Women's T20 World Cup. So you can't be a shoemaker without a shoe. You prepare for the T20 World Cup with T20 matches.
That's a fact, man. I like the way you put it. Yeah, so the vision is T20 World Cup, and they need to approach all. Is it three of them? Is it three or just two games against Ireland? They need to play
three matches
as they are preparing for the big fish, which is the World Cup.
We are officially entering the festive season where there's going to be a lot of cricket, a lot of rugby, a lot of football. It looks like human beings out there are not left with enough time to enjoy themselves. If you love sport, good for you. But those who do not love sport will have to find other hobbies because sports people will be taking over the screens this December. What's your December looking like?
Neto, AFCON. I know it only starts on the third week of December, but even before that, I mean, these back-to-back weekends of CAF Champions League, CAF Confederations Cup are going to plonk us on our sofas, glued to our screens, all these matches. But I'm really excited about AFCON. And I really hope that a Southern or SADC nation can win it for us.
Are you going to follow the Masandawana game against MC Alger? I'm certain the match is underway now.
Definitely. Definitely. I just hope that when I switch off from here, I won't be seeing a 2-0 down or a 1-0 down against Erlani Mukwera, because those North Africans, they know how to defend. You let them score first, you will suffer if you want to break them down.
And that's how we wrap it up on this incredible edition of Netosportsglobal #NSG review and preview show. Oscar Sandawana Nzinzi, Indodedli Papeli Yellow. Thank you so much, my brother. Let Masandawana prevail tonight.
Thank you, Mr. Neto. Thank you so much, sir.
Don't worry, we'll do it again next week. For now, do the right thing. Do not forget to like and subscribe. My name is Neto, Neto Chemani. Osiati, Konyangazi, Mumkha, Padle Gonjani, Moyani, Voko Dendele. This is Netosportsglobal #NSG. Voyenevano, Vabiwa, Udia Sima Datera, Ewong Bong Dia. A day above the ground is a very good day. Cheers.